So we have something really special here. We have the new Winter Blade Severn. Now this is the largest winter blades that I've tried. Now I peeked. I seen, you know, how awesome it was, and I said, all right, I gotta turn the camera on. So let's check it out together. Okay, so we have a complete unique knife now because this block is under patent pending. We're gonna open it up and take a look at it. This is very different than the Factor. Let's take a look at the size difference between them and you know, then we'll get into all the details. Woo-hoo! Yeah, we'll talk about the action here in a second. Here's the Factor. You can see the size difference. Huge size difference. This is definitely a lot larger. Now the Factor's not a small knife. I mean, I can get a full 4-finger grip comfortably on there. So, you know, this is a good size knife. Now this one is a large size knife. The blade, I'm not sure the blade still, I think it's M390. Like I said, this is the first time me checking it out. I'll put it on the screen exactly what blade steel it is. I'm sure it's M390 or S90V. Look at that cutout. That is so cool. I love that cutout. It's very unique. And then look at the blade. It's got this laser etching on there that matches the clip. That is gorgeous. I love the accents with the green. Then we have a little mechanism back here. Oh, you can open it with it. Kind of like a shark lock, but you have this. You have this. So let's talk about this action. So the detent. And obviously this is titanium, by the way, guys. I'm sorry. I should have went through I'm just too excited. Sorry. I'm sure this is M390. If not, I'll put it on the screen. The clip is titanium. The scales are titanium. And then I'm sure this is all steel back here because I can see inset liners. So I'm guessing that's hardened steel or some sort of steel. I can see a spring in there. We'll take that apart in a second. But the lock works very similar to a crossbar lock. At least that's as far as functioning goes, as far as how you disengage it. You pull it down just like a crossbar lock or a ball lock. You can say that too. Then it has a thumb stud that actually is magnetic. You can pop it right out and then switch it over to the other side. So if you prefer it on the opposite side, you can do that. I haven't done that yet, but I think you just have to push it out from this side. Just push it out because it's supposed to be just magnetic. But I mean, it's in there, so it's not just gonna pop out, I'll tell you that much. I'll have to push that out. The blade geometry, very good geometry. Look at that sharpening choil and plunge grind. That is a finger choil and sharpening choil that I personally love. Gorgeous, gorgeous amount of steel you have to remove to get to that plunge grind. You'll never hit the plunge grind on this. And the geometry is super duper slicey, man. Holy cow, that is slicey. Let's just measure the thickness behind the edge really quick. These are going to be up for pre-order, I think on the 22nd, I believe. I'll put all the information on the screen. About 15 thousandths. So 15, 16 thousandths behind the edge. That's really good. The blade stock thickness is not thick. I'm guessing 110 thousandths. Ooh, I can feel the magnet. Look at that. That's the only magnet on this one. 115 thousandths. So nice thin blade stock. Nice thin geometry. The handle is very comfortable. You know, it has a feeling like the Factor, just a bit bigger. The clip by the way, the clip on the Winter Blades knives are really good. This is a fantastic clip. It doesn't have a ton of tension, as you can see. You can easily spring it up. So it's nice and smooth over the pocket and pulling it back out. One thing I absolutely love. Now the detent. The detent is not strong. I'll tell you what, the first Factor has been my favorite detent from him. But, man, this thing's so, I think it's the first one. Maybe it's the second, but the detent is super strong, but it has two magnetic detents inside here. This one doesn't have that. So this one is, I think everything is done by the locking system, similar to like a crossbar lock or a ball lock. And like I said, we'll check that out here in a second. Lots of machining on the inside of there, I can see. So the weight is really nice. But the detent is not on the stronger side. It is definitely on the lighter side. Not in a bad way or anything. Can you do that? Oh yeah, you can actuate just like that. You can pull this down So what do we have? 1, 2, 3. I guess you could say 3. You could say the whole's just 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know, maybe you could say that's 5 with the thumb roll. But lots of forms of deployment. But yeah, lighter on the detent. I can totally swing it out. That'd be cool if that could just be the tension just brought up just a little tiny bit right there, just a little bit crisper. However, I wouldn't even say it's a negative. I would say that would be a preference because this is really good. Like, I think a lot of people get this in hand and be like, yeah, that's the way I want it. Like, screw making it stronger. But I like a nice crispy breaking action, but I'll tell you what, if you hold lower, it's a little bit easier. If you hold higher, it's a little bit crisper. So this thing's beautiful. I freaking dig it. Let's take this thing apart and let's look at the inside. Okay, so it's actually very similar to a shark lock. So the spring right here goes inside that groove, and you can see how it pushes down, just like a shark lock. That's exactly how a shark lock works. Now, this is the difference, I guess, in the shark lock, is this is its own mechanism right here that is also the stop pin, because when the blade's in here, it'll spin around, and that's, what's up? This will pop up right, I think to right there. I'm trying to line that up so it looks right. Is it right there? And then when it's closed, yeah, so this acts as the detent right there. This little corner right there is the detent. So they could just make that a little crisper, and it probably would work out really good. As far as if you wanted to tune the detent stronger, or if he did, I should say. I'm sure he's probably just going to leave it the way it is because, he's already been working on this for a while. But, yeah, here, let me squeeze this in here really quick so we can actually see. The thing is this thing will pop out and go flying. So, yeah. So, you can see it's got the 2 plates here, the 2 steel plates, and then, you can see the rest on how it works. It's very similar to a shark lock. The difference is instead of the pin being on the back, which it actually has that too, but it's its own mechanism, and then it has the studs like a crossbar lock. So, it's kind of like a hybrid between a shark lock, a crossbar lock, and I guess you could just say that, yeah, between a shark lock and a crossbar lock. Also, as you can see, the 2 metal plates hold everything together. You have a stop pin down here and a stop pin down here. That's where the mechanism kind of holds on to. And then this also kind of, adds, I think, to the stop pin as well. But either way, though, you got this stop pin and this stop pin, and then these plates holding on to both of them on 2 sides, holding in the entire mechanism. That's just a Q-tip I put in there so I can go like that. Pop it right back on. Bang. Now I can worry about slapping in that dango pivot. Just like that. Now, pivot is ready to go in. Shout out to Monterey Bay Knives. This is his torque pit, USA made. You can get them from the Monterey Bay Knife site. Very, very cool. I actually use this thing constantly. And this is all T8, by the way, all T8 all the way around. Yeah, that was pretty easy. And, I noticed that the clip screw is this, there's one clip screw on this side, but you see the other one, so you can reverse the clip over to the other side, which is really, really cool. I do kind of wish, hopefully in the production ones, he'll, just so stuff doesn't get in there, when it's in your pocket, like lint and stuff. Not that it's a big deal. That's easy to clean out. Like, you could totally just use a toothpick or something. So I guess it's not that big of a deal. But all in all, man, super duper damn cool. Let me see if I can't pop this little thumb stud out really quick with this thing. Oh, bang, right there, yeah. You just got to press it. Press it through. That is cool. I've never seen anything like that. That's dope. So it goes just like that, like a little eyeball, and now you just go through to the other side if you want to do it on the opposite side. And then, you can use that as, I don't know, reverse. I'm going to keep it on the right side because I like it has a thumb stud more than a reverse flick stud. It's tight fit though, so you can see I'm struggling. Come on, baby. Get in there. That's what she said. There we go. Bang. Yeah, man, this thing's awesome, man. So like I said, I think November 22nd, 20th or 22nd is when these things will be up for pre-order. So if you really want to get one, the thing is that you don't have to pump out all the cash right away. You know, that way you can, know it's coming and you have a little while to save up for it, or, to put a little bit of money aside every month until it drops. I'm not sure how much you have to put down right off the bat. Maybe I'll put that information on the screen. But yeah, I will link him. I'm not an affiliate. This is not an affiliate link, but I will link him down in the description. And yeah, I'm gonna just tighten this up. Just wrong one. That was a T10. Tighten that up just a little bit more. Yeah, this thing, even when you crank down the pivot as tight as possible, it's still ultra smooth. Feeling a little bit of play. I bet you it's these screws. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So similar to a ball lock, do you want to make sure this is tight? Because what happens is sometimes if that's loose, then it'll feel like it's loose here in the pivot. So make sure you have the pivot tight and the stop pin extra tight if you ever feel any play, because I know a lot of people, I get so many questions all the time like, hey, how do I get my Mannix to stop having play? And it's always this screw in most cases, not always, but most. Another thing I always appreciate about the Winter Blades is just how damn solid they are. Even after me fidgeting with, and I know this is a different locking system, I know everything's different on this, but, after using this thing for so long, I mean, this thing is still a damn vault. I love that. That is important to me because I can't stand a little bit of play. Now, there are some knives that I excuse it. Just because, I kind of understand, like say some washer knives, if I wanted to be free smoothing, maybe there might be just a little smidgen of, schmitty inside the pivot, but I love it when it's rock solid. When it's rock solid and it's super smooth, freaking dig it. I'll tell you what, man, there's a lot of new bangers this year. A lot, man. There are so many new bangers that knife of the year is going to be a very hard one this year. I'll tell you what, man, it's going to be difficult. So, and yeah, this one, by the way, GP Knives, Rex 45, if you guys want to check out the new Mannix Lightweight. I freaking dig this thing. I can't get it out of my pocket right now. But I don't know, this one might just take its place right now. Freaking love this thing, man. I always love to see what's coming from Winter Blades because he's always got, everything he does is unique. Everything, and even if some people want to argue that, well, the Shark Lock already existed, whatever, man. It's to me, it's its own thing. It is very similar. Yes, I agree. It is 100% very similar, but there are still quite a few differences, and that's what matters. And then not only that, his whole style and everything, is just, it seems like, everything he does, everything he touches is just magical, so I freaking dig it. And I'm always fascinated with anything he has coming. So yeah, there you guys go. Just a quick look at the new Winter Blades Severn. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.